Today, we're going to talk about 3 things that I wish I knew before I started leading worship. Let's jump into it. What's going on, fam? My name is Michael, and I help worship leaders grow spiritually and practically so that they can lead worship more effectively. And today we're going to talk about 3 things that I wish I knew before I ever picked up a mic and started leading worship. But before we get started, I want to invite you to my Effective Worship Leader Virtual Summit. 3 days of impartation, teaching, and training for worshipers and worship leading. This is going to be a power-packed summit, and we're talking about how to lead with confidence, how to lead with strategy, and how to lead with the fear of the Lord. It's going to be powerful, and I don't want you to miss it. We only have a limited amount of seats, so I want you to go to my website, michaeleagle.com/summit, and get your seat today. And while we're here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Come on, be a part of the fam, and you can get access to these videos weekly as we help you to grow effectively. Let's jump into today's video. And today I'm going to get a little personal because there's 3 things that I wished I knew before I got started. 3 things that I knew that if someone had told me, I promise you my first few years of worship leading would have been way more powerful. The first thing that I wish I knew is to not spend so much time on perfection, but to spend more time on presence. Look, when I first started, I was all about musical perfection. We've got to sing these songs right. We've got to get all the notes right. We've got to rehearse. We've got to be tight. We've got to be strong. We've got to have it perfect. And what I found out is that perfectionism leads to burnout. And as a worship leader, my focus should be, how can we get the manifest presence and the power of God in the room every time that we lead? Now, when I found this out, it was like a light bulb went off, because it gave me so much, took off so much heaviness off of me, because I was no longer focused on being perfect. I was focusing on how to get the presence and the power of God where we are. And when we can get the presence and the power of God where we are, it doesn't matter. I promise you. I'm not saying that you don't need to sound good, but when the power of God is moving in the room, it's going to overshadow how good you sound. It's going to overshadow how well that you guys practice. The presence and the manifest glory of God overshadows everything. And now I tell my team this when we lead: we want His presence over our perfection. And now that we have that mindset, I promise you, we've been leading with power. And the second thing that I wish I knew before I started has to do with spiritual preparation over musical preparation. And 1 and 2 kind of go hand in hand, but this specifically has to do with our rehearsals. You know, when I first started, again, I put so much focus on trying to grow musically that I didn't put any focus on prayer, scripture reading, actually ministering to my team, looking at their needs, seeing how I can be a blessing to them, pouring into them, teaching them, seeing how I could pray for their families, how I can pray for their life. I put so much focus, again, on the musical side that I forgot all about the ministry and the spiritual preparation side. So you want to make sure that you are focusing on the ministry, not just in the congregation, but even to your team. Your team needs to be poured into. And when you're only pouring in musical things to them, they're only going to be able to pour out musical things. So this is why you need to pour into them spiritually, so that when they begin to lead, they can pour out spiritually. And number 3, the very last thing that I wish I knew, I wish I put more focus on teaching and training, like bringing people in to actually teach my team, watching videos with my team about worship leading training, investing into mentors, investing into vocal coaches, people who can come in to help us to get us together. When I first started, I tried to do a lot of it myself, and that's where overwhelm came in. That's where frustration came in. I wish I put more emphasis on getting outside help to help us grow. And look, I want to offer you some outside help. I want to invite you to my Effective Worship Leaders Summit. Again, this summit is for worshipers and worship leaders, and we are doing exactly what I wish that someone would have done for me in the beginning. Pour, train, teach, mentor, and impart. These are the things that we are doing at the summit. And of course, I want you to be there. Again, click that link in the description or go to this link right here, michaelegould.com/summit to get your ticket. Now, those are 3 things that I wish that I would have done first, or wish I would have known before I got into worship ministry. And this is good for you if you are a beginner, or even someone who's not a beginner, but you're trying to recalibrate the way that you are doing things. I hope this video blessed you. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and I will see you at the summit or in the next video. Peace.